I've spent 60 years inside the pages of books, boy. Reading, writing, dissecting why some words vanish like smoke and others haunt you for a lifetime. I see you kids today on your glowing screens. You're so afraid of being forgotten that you've forgotten how to be remembered. You throw away your creativity for attention, like you're tossing gold into a fire just to see the sparks. You asked me what gives a story depth. It's not the noise, it's the strain. Look at Hemingway when he wrote about the old man and the sea. He didn't describe the fish first. He described the line, the way the cord cut into the man's palms until they bled. He showed us the price of the prize. If you tell the audience everything, you give them nothing to carry home. You have to trust the white space between the words. A heart doesn't beat like a machine, constant and flat. It skips, it pauses. If you don't let your story breathe, you'll suffocate the soul of it. Stop editing for the eyes, boy. Start editing for the heartbeat.
My grandfather has spent 60 years mastering the white space between words. I've spent 5 years mastering the blade tool. After that conversation, I looked at my edit and felt an immediate ick. I realized I was dancing for the audience. I was throwing every transition, every sound effect, and every fast cut at the screen because I was terrified that if I stopped moving for 1 second, you'd click away. That's not storytelling. That's just jingling keys in front of a baby. Grandpa talked about the strain. In cinema, we call this the secondary narrative. It's the difference between showing a result and showing the cost of the result. Let's get professional for a second. Let's say the story is about a creator who is failing. They're broke, they're tired, and they're about to quit. The amateur edit, what I call the adjective editing, shows the creator sitting at a desk looking sad, probably with a sad piano track, and a caption that says, "I was struggling" or something. Ugh, this feels cheesy and superficial. The cinematic edit follows the strain. Instead of the sad face cliche, you show a shot of a bank account balance hitting zero. Then a shot of a single piece of burnt toast on a paper plate. No music, just the sound of the toaster clicking off and the scrape of a knife trying to save the bread. You don't need a caption to tell the audience they're struggling. The strain is in the sound of that scrape. When you let the audience do the math, 1 + 1 = 2, they feel smart. And when they feel smart, they stay engaged. That is the absolute cinema hook. But hey, here's the reality. All that strain and effort doesn't matter if you're telling the right story in the wrong room. Which is exactly why I use NexLev to find my stage. Most creators fail before they even hit the record button because they're entering rooms that are already too loud. The Niche Finder stops that. It scans the entire platform to show you the hidden gaps. Niches with high RPM potential where the audience is starving for better content, but the competition is low. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Dave, if I don't cut every 1.5 seconds, the Gen Z attention span will evaporate and my retention graph will look like a cliffside. I get it. We're all trauma bonded to the algorithm. But look, humor and pauses aren't just for art, they're for pacing. If I scream at you for 10 minutes straight, you'll go deaf. If I whisper the whole time, you'll go to sleep. Cinematic editing is about contrast. This is where we apply the grandfather rule. You build the tension, you use your eye trace to lead the viewer's gaze, you stack your J-cuts so the audio pulls them into the next scene before they are even ready. Faster, more strain, more line. That is the white space. That is where the viewer finally gets to feel the weight of the story. If you never give them the silence, you never give them the depth. I see a lot of videos where creativity is being traded for clicks. We're so busy being punchy that we've stopped being human. My grandfather doesn't know what a 4K timeline is, but he knows that stories aren't built in the noise. They're built in the silence. Stop editing for the eyes. and start editing for the heartbeat.